Welcome to Redwood Bloom.
Today, we are starting a new series where we're going to talk about issues that teenagers might face through a teenage perspective and an adult perspective. Today, we're going to talk about how to build confidence while talking to adults.
So, what we are going to do is diving into a critical skill every young adult can benefit from. You are 13 years or older, this will resonate with you, either as a possibility that you have experienced or you're already practicing it and I've done that already. I know how to do it. So be it a teacher or a family member or a respected person in the society or even your manager, knowing how to confidently communicate with adults can open doors, create opportunities, and make life so much more easier. So let's explore how you can do this effortlessly. Now, this topic is very relevant today because so many factors can actually challenge the confidence. It could be feeling intimidated by authority, not knowing what to say or not knowing how to say it, or one of the biggest ones, feeling judged. The worst one, feeling dismissed. So, what actionable steps would you recommend, Shrishti, to other young adults listening to this to be able to build confidence when speaking with adults?
This topic is pretty relevant to us because as we're growing, we're going to be interacting with a lot more older people, and being intimidated by it is natural. Something that I found that helped me was preparing ahead of time. If I'm going to be talking to somebody about a specific topic, I would research on it a little bit, understand the topic a little better, and become more confident in what I'm going to be saying. Another thing that helped me was rehearsing key points, how I would start the conversation with a question or a statement. I would respond to what they were saying. It helps the conversation become a little more comfortable. Moves it forward. And it helps, planning helps too. Another thing is asking questions. It shows that you're interested in what the person is saying, and it also shows that you're listening, which is very, very important. You should listen to what the person is saying, not just because it's someone older, but also it just shows that you're paying attention and that you're understanding what they're saying. Instead of interrupting what they're saying with a no or a but, you should try to listen and understand what they're saying and then add your perspective in. It made my interactions more meaningful.
A lot of times it is a lot to do with just starting. So if you're able to rehearse, you have some key points, you know a little bit about the topic already. You might not be the expert at it, but it will help you start the conversation. And planning 1 or 2 opening lines can make a big difference in the confidence levels. The other thing about listening, which is very interesting, is that when you start conversing and your confidence is already a little shaky, the noise in the head, the conversation inside is what you start listening to.
Yeah.
So if you're able to stop that and start listening to what the other person is saying, you would suddenly realize that the adults find you interested in them, which is a big winning point for the conversation to move forward. Another thing I have noticed that works well with me when someone's speaking is maintaining eye contact with me, or that small smile that you can possibly hold. That brings in a lot of confidence in the individual also when they're trying to be able to have a conversation.
I do agree to that a little bit. I mean, I found holding eye contact to be a little scary. It was just scary to look at somebody while you're talking, but I thought about it for a bit and I was like, you're just looking at somebody when you're talking. It's not that deep. So holding eye contact kind of became easier after that.
When you start losing confidence, typically you would notice that the person stops to do the eye contact and they start looking elsewhere, and then the confidence goes just downhill. So trying to come back and think of, okay, if I look into your eyes, I'm here and the other person can see that I'm here, makes a lot of difference.
Yeah. I would blank out a lot. When I forgot what I was saying, I would just blank out. But I've started pausing and saying, oh, I'm sorry, I think, like, can you give me a second? It makes it easier for me. I don't feel judged by saying that. It's easier for me to say that than just pause and be like, oh, never mind. It makes the conversation a child and an adult, not a prestigious high being and somebody who is on the ground. It shows that you're interested in what they're saying too.
From the point of view of the adult, they really appreciate the effort and the humility that brings in, the honesty that comes in with that conversation and saying, oh, I dropped it and can we start all over again? And then typically you would see them to be more supportive of you than being judgmental of you. So that was it from our side in terms of thinking. Now it's your turn. We would love to hear from you. What do you think? What are the concepts from today's conversation that resonated with you? And if there was something from this conversation that you would like to apply in the next 2 hours, in the next 2 days, or in the next 2 weeks. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.